guys! Sorry, it took me a few minutes to get here. I was finishing up something right before I got on, but welcome! Happy Saturday! I hope you guys been having a good week thus far. It's been on and off, like raining, and then it turns back to sunny and rain again, so weather's been very bipolar today. But I hope everybody's been having a good week and good day so far. I figured we get back into some Ace Attorney. We still haven't finished that game. I need to know what happened to Brett, what's going on in this current case that we're working on. So kind of a rewind. We're on the last chapter of the game, and what happened last is that the pickpocket was found in the what's the word? Oh my gosh, what's the word for it? I forgot what it was. Pawn shop. There we go. It was found in the pawn shop with the deceased pawn shop owner, and they're assuming that she did it, but it seems too easy to kind of like say like, "Oops, she did it" because she was there. That's it. That's just too convenient, because you know there's more to the story. So we're gonna get back into that. At some point I'm gonna have to stop for just a second. I did order some food and it's supposed to be here in like 40-ish minutes, so we'll take a small little break. I'll grab that and then I'll be back. But in the meantime, we're gonna do a little snacking because your girl's starving. Haven't really eaten all day, which is not good, but we can eat a little hazelnut. Ow. Yum yum yum. And let's get into this game, shall we? Let's see. Let's play. Oop, nope, get out of that. Pooh is still in his Suavemente outfit. There we go. Sorry guys, you're gonna hear a lot of crunching for the time being. Okay. I guess I need to stop chewing, huh? Okay. Chew, chew, chew. Swallow. Okay. Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. Cops got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. And based off your testimony, Mr. McGill was declared innocent. Yeah, well. The thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding in deceit that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing, and then... Uh-oh. I heard a loud thud, like someone pulling to the floor. That's when Mr. McGill discovered you. Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat, sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at my hands, I had them covered in blood, and Cove's blood all over them. Gosh, your accent's hard to speak. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak. You had blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Then Miss McGilda started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were, and why you were hiding under that seat. Yeah, you did. Only, that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, you threatened me. Threaten you how? Made me swear about what I seen and what I heard. About what was gonna go do after the code was found dead. Made me swear I wouldn't tell nobody about it. If I did, he said he'd let me scrape her before the copper showed up. Juna, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Dun dun dun. Said Mr. McGilden made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But were you in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, was Mr. McGilden sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true. But it was when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. Because I heard that and dragged me out of my arm. And that's when I saw it. I was on the floor next to the old geezer who had been stabbed. Oh my gosh. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at the window breaks. So the music box disc was there on the floor on the omnibus? Not for long. Mr. McGilden spotted it straight away. Picked it up and put the smartest and stuff inside his pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bog trotter told me I want to mutter a word of it to no one. Cause it was so dark underneath the seat in the cab. I strained my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the doorsteps and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was Mr. McGilden getting on board. Nah. Not only him. Oh? Cause I definitely would have made out the footsteps of 2 people. 2 people? In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilden and the victim. Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilden claimed that he slept during the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in the carriage, I take a fierce tiredness and always succumb to it. In your own testimony, Gina supported this. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah. That weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear him talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the old horses and wheels is too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilden and the victim knew each other. So Mr. McGilden was lying as I suspected. I knew it wasn't gonna take long before someone raised the alarm and the bloke been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilden told me to eye back under the seat again. Climbed in and waited. 2 cubs from up the top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they've gone, McGilda asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Now there, fella. What I need for you to do is the coat of mine deposits into a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Windy Breaks. The coach snapped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. Then there was no one left in the carriage. McGill opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions. I see. What were McGilden's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul. Not for anything about what I saw and what I learned. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said to me. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me with a small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go pop off your weasel, right? Aye. There's a fiend taking over the coat and deposit with the pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you last to take the redemption ticket forward. Do you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right. I'll come fetch you later, sometime within the next 2 months. You to hang on to until then, is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. In case I might happen to be delayed at all, you to go to the punch up Windy Breaks, so it is, and you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. And you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fiend could come along and buy it. Eh? But I ain't got that kind of brass. Yes, £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't be trying anything funny now if you go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police. I have no doubt. The coppers? Aye. They'll be coming asking to take you to the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat, shall we? What is that you may say? And what is that you want? Dang, that's a long pause. Hello? After you gone over it, I piped it. Got as far as away as I could. The pawnbroker's ticket is in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day and once it got dark. So, Miguel did planned it and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied. In that big old courtroom, I told some corkers. The thing is, he said why he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything within back in the slums. He knew we had no one to look after us and was just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilder would have... In a heartbeat, he would have had a whole lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where we would have gone, eh? Nowhere. That's where. So, I have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. What? I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must have been livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. Favor? What? Sign the representation papers tomorrow for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate and the police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Slums was shot, you see. You what? Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Slums, is he gonna be alright? That's why I want to investigate, for Mr. Slum's sake as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign the bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that. Mr. Sato? Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one to stick up for me though. No lawyer or nothing. Lies! Cap! You need all the help you can get, girl. Poor Jeannie. She seems so lonely. Gina's representation papers. The paperwork signed by Gina to put me in charge of her defense. Showing this to the Scotland Yard detectives. Gains us access to the crime scene. Well... Sorry guys, chew 'em. Well, at least it should mean we can investigate the scene at the windy breaks now. Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there, huh? Oh, we still haven't told Iris that her dad is the one who... So, this is all coming like full circle now. So, little Iris is actually a little girl that's been living with Herlock Sholmes, whatever he pronounces his name. Because her dad left to go on international kind of business trip, and he hasn't came back, and she doesn't know, but we know that he's a professor, and he's the professor that that was in the first murder, the first chapter, and we know that, but we have no way how to tell her, oh, by the way, girl, we know your daddy, he did, sorry. For all she knows is her dad's still on this trip and just hasn't came back. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now, I have our representation papers. No one else knows just what responsibility it is. Anyway, for now, it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us from investigating at Windy Breaks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. To be continued. No, not to be continued, because we have to keep going. Say please. Mm-mm-mm. 16th of April, 1:26 p.m. Windy Bank on Brookery. Here we go again. All the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? You still got them fish and chips? What is it now? You have to go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Your ladyship! Ow! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get a stubborn little ragbag to sign that? I salute you. This is good work. That is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Pinkies up. Ain't that much tea in that cup, guy? Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, yes. I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know what happened? Through that door behind the counter. Stop squishing your food like that. Yes. The storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Winniebig. And Gina. Right. Well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating the storeroom as well, Miss Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever. Even with the lads working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case in the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious before. Oop, hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I had a message I had to respond to. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my sunshine, under my feet, sunshine. All right. Come on then, let's not waste any time. All right, time to look around. He said, don't get under my feet, but you're kind of in our way, too. What do we look at first? Should we just go to the scene of a crime? Behind that door, This is storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregsy said. Yes. And that's where I saw the dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. So she didn't get shot. Why was she knocked out? Mr. Windybake, face down. Face down. Da, da, da. That's headstrong. What am I talking about? Face down on the floor with Gina beside him. As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course, and we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Oh. Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them. So she's gonna look, and we're not gonna look at anything? There's the article ledger here. Mr. Windybank's notes, and what's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Oh, look at the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie. Show us. She still can't pronounce it. Ooh, blood print. 15th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited. One gentleman's overcoat. That's the coat Mr. McGilda gave, yeah? Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline 15th April, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1? Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Yes. This must be the ticket to the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to Mr. McGilda. I would never expected that the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph though. It seems Mr. Windybake just used whatever piece of paper that he happened to have on hand. Oh, little kitty. But this photograph of a cat. It looks fairly familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same one as Jenny gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for then, Miss Naruhodo? Get it out. Alright. Let the cogs turn. Oh, yeah, it's the exact same picture. Yes, they are exactly the same. What you thinking, Iris? I've got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we want to know. We need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Isn't it just a postcard? Girl, we ain't got time for this. Just tell us what is worth the picture. Either it's a postcard or... So Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windybake's counter and the other one Gina gave us before. Isn't it just a postcard? What is the amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between the two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Have another look at them now. Are we playing, guess the difference? What do we see here? Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. It's very subtle though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Ah well, it's because they're set, you see? No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used as a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. A stereoscope? Ah, a stereoscope? Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Slum showed us yesterday. Oh yes, this thing. You see? There it is, just over there. Yes, of course. The magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in the pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon. Bless her. Should we let her explain though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Oh boy, here we go. Girl, we don't got time for this! Have you ever considered, Bruno, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just opened them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes? Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of the object seems to shift slightly. Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses the shift to estimate the depth that merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consist of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'll be able to see the depth in these prints. Yes, Bruno, you're beginning to understand. And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that? Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stethoscope at all. You can? Really? Girl, we don't have time for this though. Can we like move on, please? Let's try it. Let's see if you can view these pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Susanna-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me and see if you can copy. Don't do that. Get your eyes stuck. Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhondo? Oh gosh. There, how's that? Wonderful! Now it's your turn, Runo! The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. Oh gosh. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Bruno. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. Is this really relevant? Did the print split into two images for you now? The next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this and then try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until they form a new single image in the center. Oh yes! Missing her handle, it works! I can see it in the middle. It's so real. Oh, I could look at it all day. Don't do that with your eyes all day though. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Runo. Are you actually doing this? Pretend you're looking at two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. But what's really that different about these people? Like this? There, you managed it. So now you know how the stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So, what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runo? They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get all the knack of viewing them properly. No, some people find it easier than others. But that's why contraptions like this exist for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one the other day. Or over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then set the pair of photographs in the stand at the back and... It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of the folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But these little machines are so affordable. Surely there's need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic print pictures. Never even heard of them until yesterday. You certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Of course this is gonna somehow come in relation to the case. Alright, girl. Is that it? Can you get my base? That ledger that's open on the counter, there really is enormous, isn't it? It must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in the pond. It's too much to think about it. Better to sell it all and have it clear your head, if you ask me. But clearly, Mr. Winnibrake was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Alright, that wasn't helpful. Okay, that wasn't something we can look at. Is he gonna give us a lip for looking at him? The police are scoring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions for the order to examine every article in the shop. Every ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're shifting it all on shifts, at least, but still. We've been working through the night, and that's for sure. And even though we barely have scratched the surface. A crime and a pawnbroker's. Must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know? A crime and a pawnbroker. That's exactly what we just said. Okay, that's not a clue. Got it. What about over here? That's music box. Do you have them where you come from, you know? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh, will this be a treat? Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it pretty? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy with all these policemen in the room. Are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell them Gregsy they'll have to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. None of these clues are clues. These are just random acts of things that we're looking at. Give me some actual clues, please. Not just random items. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. It makes you think when Mr. Slums gleefully showed it to us yesterday. We were blissfully unaware of any of that was about to happen. Well, that was not helpful. Sorry, my neighbor's dog is barking. I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again. Oh yes, that's a stereoscope. Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Slums showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see it in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used a great big contraption over there. Ah well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if we can make money of these in Japan. It would be keeping my toilet sparkling clean. Anyway. Again, not clues that we need. This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh! Keep it down! Oh, sorry? There's a major clue just here. Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once. But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck in here forever. Stuck in here? What do you mean? I've been home in 2 days. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. They really have a tough time, the British police. That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Yeah, it's covered in blood. And this calendar's been changed. Ah, look here. Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Winterbrink wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Ah, well, Mr. Slumps likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, you know? Isn't that right, Iris? Did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps? In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once. Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid that the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. Say you need this. Oh no, what is that scary looking thing? Haley and I actually haven't come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch. Are you shooting that at us? Oh. It turned it green. Oh? The color of the bloodstain has changed. There. Does it make sense now? No. Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. No! Why did you change it green? Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? Yes, how wonderful. The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So if you can identify whose blood it is you're looking at in the flash. Oh, what a fabulous intervention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding good. Bleeding great. So, what blood are we looking at then? You don't know? Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so just find someone whose blood turns up the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash. Again, we did all that for nothing. It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? 1 flash or 2. This could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make note of it in the court record. Blood samples are entered in a court record. Sample of blood analyzed with this special chemical indicator developed by Mr. Slums. Different people's... No, it's actually not developed by him, it's developed by Iris. Different people's blood turn different colors. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have reagent left, sure. Oh, so we don't have much left? Okay, just a second, guys. Let me go. I'll be right back. Give me like a couple seconds. Sorry guys, I am back. Okay, there shouldn't be any more distractions. So I should be good now. Okay. Back to trying to figure out what other clues we need. And while I do that, I am going to have another snack. Oh yeah, that's not a clue. Anything on the plants? That's so sad that he didn't want to like report. It's a pretty obvious clue, but doesn't want to report it because then he said he'll be there even longer, which is sad. I don't know if there's anything else we can look at in here. Nope. Can I actually go in there? No. These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's really strange. Miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy these horse statues, for example? Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Oh, you're right, Runo. Oh. It's just... well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them, even that horse statue. Imka! Welcome in! Happy Saturday! Happy Saturday! Sorry, I popped in real quick, and yes, I know you're streaming, so thank you for the lurky lurk! Hope you have a good stream. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. Yeah, I think that's all the clues. No, I just looked at that. Blah blah blah. You just did that. Stop it. Blah 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 blah. You did all that. Representation writ. I, the undersigned, agree to legal representation of the lawyer named here under regard to the following incident. Red Baker Street pawnbroker. Happened on date of trials tomorrow. Oh, whew, that's real quick. I'm looking to see if there's anything else on our clues that we can look at. Mr. Hondo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I've noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes. It looks like blood, doesn't it? I wondered if Susato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case... yes, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. White Cat photograph number 2's information has been updated in court. A redemption ticket issued by the pawnbroker owned by the victim, Mr. Winterbeck. That's where it looks like a bloody finger mark on it. I thought that was obvious from the jump. Oh, okay, yep, we're gonna say that over and over again. Stop it. So, we want to show this to... so this is the second of the 2 photographic prints of the cat. It really does look like a hide. It looks exactly the same as the first photograph at first glance. I suppose that's what's so compelling. Actually, now that we have both pictures, I could have another go at viewing them as a stereoscopic image. Gosh, I can't speak. Oop, I need to turn down some volumes. I think I have pink up to that. There we go. So I need to cross my eyes and try to get the two cats to merge into the middle as one. It's such a hard thing to do. Whoever thought of this in the first place must have spent a long time staring. Honestly, they don't look any different to me. But what ifs? We need to show this to... Wait a minute, this is the original ticket, right? Okay, so we need her to look at this so that... where'd you go, girl? So that we can... How do I show it to her? Oh, present. Wait, how do I give it to her? I need her to look at it. So they want Iris to look at it, but how do I give it to her to look at it? Oh wait, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, that looks like blood. I would say it's from a gloved finger, almost certainly a glove made by leather. Well, don't worry about it, Rudo. You can leave the rest to me. Purple. Look at that. Yes, the colors. That's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of the blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors will correspond to at the same point. At some point. Well, this particular stain of blood. Oh, you have an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? No, we don't, but sure. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction. That's right, I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Minnow. Who do you think it belongs to? Oh, you gonna make me choose? Alright, I believe this blood belongs to... It's not Magnus or Gilbert because he's dead. Gina doesn't wear any gloves. What? None of these people. The Windy Break guy? You think it somehow could be Mr. Windybake's blood? Well, he would have been the last person to have handled the ticket. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. But Mr. Windybank had no entries before he was shot, that is. We're trying to work out who the blood came from, so we can rule out anyone who hadn't been bleeding straight away. Yes, of course. Perhaps it's not a concept you can really grasp until you've bled once before yourself. Funnily enough, I have accidentally cut myself before, but thanks to the mildly threatening advice, Iris. I have to think this through some more. Who do we know was bleeding at the time? Alright, I believe that this blood of... What? If it wasn't... Oh! This is the original ticket. Would it be Gina? Because... But why would it still have blood on it since then? I'm just gonna put Gina. Oh my! You think it's Gina's blood? Yes, it was Gina who brought the ticket here to the Winterbreaks after all. Sometimes the simplest answer is nope, this is not the right answer. But Gina doesn't own any gloves at all. That's what I said. And Jenny wasn't injured either, was she? I'm trying to work out. Okay. Well, none of the other answers sound correct anyway, so... What? Who? Why? Cause the Mason guy should have been dead. So is it McGilded? Mr. McGilded? Yes, after all, the certificate belonged to him. Oh, you don't think... You mean during that incident in the omnibus? Yes, I expect so. It's very clear print and small amount of blood. This must have resulted from a fairly serious accident such as he might have sustained on the omnibus. But he said he told the driver to go do it. Wait, but if I remember correctly, no sign of injury was found on Mr. McGilded at all. Oh. So it was the guy? That doesn't make any sense. How? How, Sway? That doesn't make any sense. Why would it be the guy that was the murder victim? Thrice-fired Mason? You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now that case. And of course, I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice-fired, though. The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to Winterbriggs yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at the time. So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night. Now, Yaskies, whose good-hearted soul would rush through a help fella bleeding through the stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the old man a hand. Sorry for my terrible accent, guys. It certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint on the smirk. But we know Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time anywhere on his body. From what we can conclude, that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Rolando, you sound like just like Mr. Slumps. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, Renu. Very well, let's make a note of this. A redemption ticket issued from the pawnbroker owned by the victim, Mr. Windybrink. The blood on it has been identified as Mr. Mason's. 2 samples of blood analyzed with a special chemical indicator developed by the Mr. Shlom's. Different people's blood turns different colors. Alright, well, now what? Did we find all of our clues? Or does Iris have something else to say? Nope. Do we move on? A new location has been added. Oh, yeah, we can go into the storeroom. Cool. Cool. I know you're cool. 16th April, Windybrink storeroom. Oh, Iris. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Winterbrink's life was taken in his very room only last night. She's only like 8 or 9. Get her out of here. Ah! Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector would have run away from someone who jumped up like a little defense lawyer, like, do ya? I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before. Is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old? I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Eh? Why can't we reinsure her? Don't show yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Oh my gosh, that's awful. I don't think that went very well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get them under my feet. Okay, we'll get out of our way then. And we have been investigating through ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, Haley. And inquire into how Mr. Sloan's operation is going. Alright, talk, Mr. Eyebrows. What's going on? So, Inspector, what do you make of this crime scene here? Pshaw! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them! It is what it looks like, nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh yes, your ladyship, do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, at shortly after an hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene of the crime. After the hour of 1 o'clock. In one and only door in the store was found locked from the inside. So it was locked from the inside. The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was it the police officers doing? Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of mashing the door as humbly as possible. Oh. As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor. Thus-wise, next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the little girl, vile gutter child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Miss Lestrade, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say she had the gun that was used in her hand. No! Presumably it's the gun that's still there on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom? And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct? All of which leaves her ladyship's friend. I'm something of a sticky situation here, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that of all sorts of a misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Well, how's Mr. Slumps, even though you don't like him? Craigsy, do you know anything about Haley? Is the operation finished? Is Haley alright? Is he? Well, the thing is, don't miss your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Slums is... No. The operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well... Out with it! Whoa! Sassy. Yes, ma'am. They've used something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Raises the whole body insensitive. The whole body? Anesthetized? Is that even possible? It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. Goodness, the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow what I mean. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off, so I hear. And now the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up apparently. Oh my! Never knows if the anesthetic still is in the system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until it comes around again. Helly. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get you the word. What a surprise. Even if in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Alright, I guess we're done talking to him. Can we look around now? Can he get out of our way? Can we get a print of this? The police have marked this position of the body with a chalk line. Oh, Iris. Poor Mr. Winterbreak. He was a nice old man. Well, he was just a shot just once to the heart. Most likely the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt a thing. Sheesh. This must be his blood then. Ah! I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. Kapooey. Oh, okay, this is more like an indigo, kind of blue. So now we know the color that the chemical turns when it reacts to Mr. Winterbreak's blood. And it doesn't match any of our analysis of the blood stain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add this sample to others we've already collected anyway. Oh snap. So we got an indigo blue, a purple, and a green. What other blood stains are we gonna find? This is a revolver. A revolver. A real one. And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Winterbreak's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Runa look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. And I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Winterbreak with this yesterday, didn't we? Oh, that was not Susato talking, that was me. I shall have to take my own life! It must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door in the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Winterbreak told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in that revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. That one and only bullet that had it in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing up the people. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. But we don't know if the revolver... Like, the bullet could have been shot at the sign in the front. And they put the gun in Gina's hand just to make it click. It was a setup. Look at all these articles that have been deposited. This room is stuffed full of them. I can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look. pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least it would be if there wasn't for a chalk outline on the floor and a policeman shuffling around. Don't want chalk a noob about that, sunshine. Okay, what's hidden in this chest? Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh? Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Bakersfields. Surely that's not what all this is. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. We must check inside the box at once. Yes. There's nothing in there. Wouldn't be opened if there was something in there. Ah! Oh, just kidding. It was there. Iris' story was there. Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yes. I mean, of course I believe Hurley when he said he deposited it here, but still, it's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not a very well hidden frown. A long, unpublished story Mr. Sholmes deposited at the pawnbroker of the victim, Mr. Winterbriggs. It's entitled The Hound of the Bakersfield. So, can I look at that? Is there anything in here that actually will give me any clues? Dang, this is a big manuscript. Can't find anything out of place. Really? I thought we'd find some type of clue on here. Nothing. Absolutely goose eggs. Zero. Can I pick up anything and move it? Alright, I guess that's not really that helpful of a clue then. Oh man, why am I so sleepy? Okay, nothing to look at there. Nothing here. Have we looked at everything already? That was quick. I guess we have? Question marks? Yeah, I guess so. Huh. There's nothing we can present. Does he have anything else to say? No, he does not. Let's go back to the main shop. Beep, 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 beep. Sorry guys, I have like different friends that are streaming, so I always try to show support and at least like leave a page open or something. I don't know if there's anything else we can look at. Like, I want him to look at that bullet again, but all we're gonna see is blood. Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, There are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know? Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood will turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Well, Snickers. I think we're out of clues. Jinkies, we're out of clues. Yeah, I think we're literally out of clues. There's nothing else for us to click on or look at. I don't think. Is there anything else? Not that. This blood, that blood. So did we find all the blood samples we were supposed to find? I think so. Guys, I feel like we're missing something. I don't want this to bite me in the butt later. But there's like nothing else to look at. Yeah, there's nothing else in here, so where do we go now? Unless Iris has something else to talk about? No. Shall we scurry along? I guess go to Baker Street and see what's out there. If there is anything out here. There's a police officer out here. There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside. I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home. Poor Iris. She's very upset about all this. I'm sorry. I was there. I should have done more. None of this is your fault, Bruno. So please, don't apologize. But it's the criminals who are to blame for this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them. Yes, you're right. Alright, that was useless. And we said all that already. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Store for rent. There's nothing really else to look out here. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's all she wrote. It's already been 2 months that we've been taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholm's office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this. When Haley comes back home, let's have a big party. That's a great idea. I'm sure it won't be long. Mr. Solms is very tough. Can we not go to the hospital? Yes. Are we not allowed to go visit him at the hospital? Solms is sweet. Prison. Aha! Let's go to the hospital. He's still not there! Where he at then? Well, they did say he isn't able to wake up yet. Not scared it'd be to be like one of the first people to be experimented on. I wonder what these are. Do you have any idea, Iris? Oh, haven't you ever seen crutches before? Let me explain. They're for people with leg injuries to help them walk. You hold one on the arm, you see? Ah, right. I thought they were weapons of some sort. Why would there be weapons in a hospital? I thought maybe a fighter had been injured into a battle. And contestant had been brought here along with his weapons. That's surprisingly plausible. Maybe we'll find some more blood splatters or something. Like, will we find Hurley's blood? Bex! Hello! Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Thank you for the biddies. What up, boo? Let me give you a shout out. What up, Bex? Happy Saturday. We're in our lawyer fit right now because we're doing the lawyer things. But I hope you've been having a good day and a good week. And welcome in. Bex, I'm almost done with my guest room. Well, not almost done. That's kind of a lie. At least got the bed in there. Lawyer fit for the win. Yes, you got a nice little pencil skirt with the blazer going on, with the hair did, glasses on. We are all about the biz. I'm trying to find some blood splatter in here, but I'm like wondering if one of the blood samples that we found already belongs to Mr. Sloan's, but we're not finding anything. It's kind of empty in here. So you guys already need to look up flights. Well, I got the bed in there, but I haven't got anything else in there yet. So we still got some pieces to get in there, but at least the bed is ready. Gotta get the TV up in there. And a little nightstand or something so you can put your stuff on there. And there's nothing in here. Boo. Can't talk to nobody, so we gotta leave. Bed and access to the shower, and I'm good to go. Well, the bedroom is right next to the guest bathroom, so that's not a thing. That's what I've been up to today. And there's nothing in here. Look at Mr. Slum's desk. It's completely clear. It's totally different without the enormous machine on it. See, I was going through my Pacific Northwest photos yesterday, actually. When's the last time you actually been to the P&W? Haley lives in an absolute mess all the time. He never notices when things go missing. Even Mr. Solms must have noticed that a huge lump of metal is no longer there, surely. 2018! Oh, man. You gotta come back. Well, I don't know what restrictions are set still. Whatever it's safe for you to come back, you should come back. Come to think of it, I haven't seen you doing much writing recently, Iris. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter, I notice, as if you're about to start. I'm a little bit stuck with a new story idea, actually. Well, you could consider using what happened to Mr. Natsumi, perhaps. Oh yes, that's a fabulous idea. And a great title has just popped into my head as well. The Adventure of the Catty Man. How's that, Runo? That's not a great title, Iris. Not gonna lie. This is where you note down ideas, isn't it, Iris? Let's see. What does it say today? Ah! The Biscombe Valley Mystery. We visited Biscombe Valley recently for a picnic, you see, but I forgot to bring the tea. So when Haley became thirsty, he decided to drink from the Biscombe pool. He gave himself an awful tummy ache. Oh dear. Haley sat there miserable as can be in the field of flowers after that. Just like when you saw him yesterday. That really is an unsavory tale. This is not anything to do with the investigation, so I feel like I'm missing some clues here. Your beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of your special herbal blends always helps me relax when I'm feeling the strain. Oh, really? He hasn't had a drop of tea today. I wish I could take him some to the hospital for him. No, I can't. Well, I can forget he's not awake, so he can't drink it anyway. Basically, I just noticed your Twitch profile says that you are shy and sweet. Yes. You're not shy. I am shy. You just, yeah. I am shy. Very, very shy. So shy that some people think I'm like standoffish sometimes. They're like, why doesn't this girl talk? She seems so rude. I'm like, I'm not rude. I'm really nice. I just get shy when I talk to people sometimes. Or I just listen to the conversation. I don't always have something to say. So, yeah. That's one thing I always hated. You know, growing up, people are like, she's so shy. Why didn't she ever say anything? I was like, what if I don't have anything to say? What if I just want to sit there and listen? Like, do I have to say something? No. If I will say something, I will say something. Don't be sipping the tea. That's the truth. I said I'm not shy, but I can be quiet in real life. Which I don't quite understand why people are so like put off by that, by someone not talking all the time. Like, as an introvert, it's a lot of energy to just sit there and talk all the time. I'd rather just listen and absorb things about people, and I add to the conversation, and I feel like adding to the conversation. I'm so observant and see, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm trying to fill off people's vibes and like observe how people interact with each other. I'm not necessarily like gonna just spew out whatever comes out of my mouth, because then I find like that I'm like being annoying to people or something. But meh. So I guess I should change that to say I'm shy, but I'm not shy. I'm observant. So if I don't say anything, I'm observing you. Not in a judgmental way, just observant. But what about in a one-on-one situation? I don't know. Not very often that I'm just chilling with one person all the time. Like, unless if I really know you, then I'll like talk. But if I don't, then I probably wouldn't just isolate myself with you, because then I feel like it's awkward if I don't have a lot to say. If that makes sense. Like, we gotta work our way to the one-on-ones. Let's see. The usual way to make a huge metal chest that's for a table for tea and coffee. So what if I came to your town and told you, hey buddy, keys go out for pizza? You'd be shy. Would you be shy? Did we already know each other before you asked me? Like, am I assuming that we're meeting for the first time, or that we already know each other? There's a difference. I haven't met you before in the first, like, I haven't actually met you before. Then I probably need to be like a group situation. But if we've met before, we've chilled before, then I probably can, yeah, we can go hang, have some pizza, go do something. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we haven't actually met in person before. Yeah, we'd probably be like a group kind of thing, or it'd just be very awkward for you to be around me. if we hadn't had met already in person. I don't know, I'm not making any sense, but I think it'd be better if we actually met in person, to be a group thing the first time, and then go from there. Just so that there's like no pressures or anything. You can't see me moving my hands right now, but I'm like moving my hands trying to explain. It doesn't make any sense, I know. But if I'm in your town and no one else is, would just have a really awkward pizza date with me then, I guess. We could chill, but it'd just be really awkward, probably. Rip. I'm sorry, Bex. I told you I'm shy. I could help it sometimes. You gotta butter me up a little bit. Just warm me up a little bit. Because I don't know, Bex, do you consider yourself like, you say you can be you sometimes don't talk as much in public, but are you consider yourself more of like an extrovert or an introvert? Let's see, she said, but adversary box, I notice that's always locked. Ah, well, that's because then some of my most important things. So that I can be both depends on the situation. Do tell, do tell. What's the difference in situations? I guess that would make you more introverted versus extroverted. I mean, my job, I sometimes get talks to 200 people. Oh, snaps! But I don't know. I mean, that's part of your work, so you're gonna have to speak to people. That's part of your job, but on like a social level, not necessarily on like a job level. Because in my job too, I have to go speak to strangers all the time, and that's part of my job. But like on the social level, I don't know if I can just be like, "Hey, girl, who are you? Let's go. Come over here with me." But I know that stuff inside and out. And it's just me talking at them. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's kind of different because it's your job. But like in a social, you don't know anybody kind of level that isn't work related. Are you more extroverted or introverted? So you have no intention to tell me more about judging from that guarded smile. There are no clues here. What am I doing here? Fire is burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Haley's been working on his disguises recently. He's been dressing as a woman, mainly. Social can be both. With my friends, I'm loud enough. Yeah, like if we're really cool homies, I feel like I'm not as quiet. I can be quiet. I mean, just chilling, just listening, but I'm just definitely more expressive and more, I guess, more vocal. Whereas if I were to like join one person that I know in a group of people I don't know, then maybe I'm a little more quiet because I don't know the rest of the people. I'm just kind of like listening to the conversations and adding to the conversations where I feel need to add to the conversation. So meeting someone like you for pizza, etc., I'd be okay, as I kind of know you. Ah, I see. But, yeah, I met you and four of your friends, I'd kind of be quiet. But if I met you and four of your friends, I'd be kind of quiet and serious. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I was saying. Like, if I were to hang with a friend and their friends, I'd probably be more chilling, be more like listening, or if, and like I said, add to the conversation when I feel like adding to the conversation. Really? Mr. Sholmes dresses in women's clothing? Yes. You see the lady in the photographic print on the mantelpiece? That's Haley. She's quite stunning. There are no clues here. What am I doing here? I guess let's just leave. There's nothing else for us to look at here. There's something I feel like I'm missing. Bex, are you gonna try to go to TwitchCon? I hear that's kind of the talk right now. In real dating, you're generally fine. So one-on-one, you're fine. Yeah, it takes me a little bit just to warm up to a person one-on-one, I guess. But there are no clues in here. What are we missing? What are we missing? Said TwitchCon, no. He said fork being around large crowds of nasty people with germs. I was kind of curious how that's gonna go. Like, are they gonna make requirements that people be like vaccinated or have like proof of a negative test? I don't know. I don't know. And being that I'm like a faceless content creator, that kind of thing wouldn't go well for me because then people would know who I am. We don't want to move. What am I doing? I meant to look. Do I need to go back to Ginny? Maybe that's where I need to go. No, stop. Go back. We just, here down. Oh no, you have another, there's another variant over there? Dang. We just heard down another. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm kind of like afraid. Well, not afraid. I feel like anticipating that's gonna happen. That people are starting to like, you know, uplift restrictions, and I mean, just because it's getting warmer doesn't mean things aren't still gonna happen. So like, I'm just waiting for it to be like, oh, another variant. Sorry, shut everything down again, kind of thing. Gina doesn't appear to be here. Where else could she be? She's supposed to be locked up. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, what? Wait a minute. What is it, Iris? Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Did she leave? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my! Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse. Calm down, Runo. I was only joking, of course. Oh. Ugh, you had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction. Yes, it must be your way of words, Iris. Oh my gosh. I'm having trouble speaking today. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight of your words, Carrie. Oh dear. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to... A light-hearted great detective is a contradiction in terms. Jada! Welcome in! Happy Saturday! Hope you've been having a good Saturday. Happy birthday Eve. Actually, oh, it's not yet. You're getting close. Almost your birthday. Turn up for the birthday. Almost. Let me give you a shout out, Jada. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. There you go. Said sorry I'm late, just able to get online for... don't worry about it, Jada. I know you got all kinds of things going on, so don't you worry about a thing. But glad to see ya. Happy Saturday. Hope your week has been going good so far. Hope things are going well with you and Mama Jada. And welcome in. Bex and I were having a little conversation, and I guess, Jada, I know you seem very social, but do you find yourself as more of an extrovert or introvert? I mean, as a DJ, you seem like you'd be more social, but like on like outside of a work kind of thing, do you find yourself in like social gatherings, find yourself more extroverted or introverted? Happy birthday in the UK, yeah, turn up. Turn up, turn up. Let's see. Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would have just thrown his head back and coughed. I'm not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Narundo. Well, anyway, it looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. We should try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime. Yes. Come along, Naruto. Come along, Suzy. Okay, guess we got to go. I got to go. He said, I'm both. Definitely have limits, and I'm not afraid to say I'm okay leaving. I love being around people, but then sometimes it's like, I'm like, this is too much, bye. I feel it. Sometimes you get overwhelmed with people, and you got to go. Nope, you're done, you're done, and you're done. I guess, is that considered asocial? Is that what that is? What's the definition of that? Because my boyfriend says he's asocial, which he's like, he can be social in a social setting, but when he's done, he's done. Which, let's see. Oh no, just kidding, that's not what that means. Avoiding social interaction, inconsiderate of hostile others. Jeez! I don't think he realized what that actually means. I think he meant something else, a different word for that. Yikes, that's a bad thing. I don't think he meant asocial, because I don't think he realized that doesn't mean what he thinks it means. Said I always drive myself because I'm not getting trapped anywhere. True. Always have a backup plan, something. I don't know where else to look. I feel like I looked at every clue possible. There's nothing at the hospital. Do we have to go to the Lord Justice Chief's office? Is there anything even here? No, that was a waste. I don't know where to go. I just want Brett to go to jail. I know, I'm trying to get us to the dang courtroom so we can move on, but it keeps telling me I need to look around. I'm like, what am I looking for? I've clicked on about everything in this pawn shop. What else is there to look at? That's all you want for your birthday? All I want for my birthday is for Brett to go home. Well, let's see if we can actually get to her. No, we already looked at that. Blah, 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 blah. No. Keep going. We already did all this. No. Jada, you said you got a new chair. When is the new chair supposed to come? And did you get a specific color? I know when I bought my gaming chair, I got just the most like basic one because I didn't want to pay more money for one in color. But I found these kind of, they don't fit properly, but like gaming chair cover that's like green and has avocados on it, and that's really cute. So I was able to color up. It was supposed to come yesterday and it's delayed. Oh no! Because all the bad weather you guys are getting, I'm assuming. He said it's been like windy and stuff over there or something. Yeah, I don't know what else to look. I think we've looked at everything. Oh, I haven't talked to him. Instructions from the order to examine every article in the shop. Every article? But that's a big amount of work, surely. Oh, no, I think I talked to him. I have talked to him. No! The chair I got is black and pink mostly. There's no bad weather, just FedEx. Oh, FedEx. I feel like all these places, the FedEx, USPS, UPS, whatever, they're really bad about getting things, packages to you, and are really good about playing chuck and run. Just check your packages and run. Don't even let you know that they actually delivered a package. Like, we finally installed like one of those camera doorbells, so they're like, because we thought like before they were either knocking on the door or ringing the doorbell, we just couldn't hear it. No, they're not ringing anything. They just chuck and run. They don't even bother. I'm like, for real? Y'all can't at least ring the doorbell or something? Let us know that there's a package. Cause I don't want my stuff stolen. Yeah, we already talked about this. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. There are no more clues, game. What am I missing? So where I am now, there's a concierge. Ooh, fancy. So they would call us, but it's just not here. Well, that's good that at least you guys have like a front desk person to accept packages. Cause that's the most annoying thing. It's like if you don't have anywhere for the packages to go, they just really don't care and just leave it there. Or don't even try to let you know, like, even if you're home, they don't even really try to let you know that they're there. I'm a butterfly. I don't know what else to do. I think I've looked at everything. Can I look at these? No. Got all the blood samples. The only thing it doesn't show any clues on is this. But it's telling me there's nothing to look at. Bum, bum, bum. Can I pick some papers up? Ah! What? The Hound of Bakersville. I clicked this like 20 times and it still didn't say anything. How did Sasano-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? Oh, she's still, that's right, she's still hiding off a secret too. She didn't tell us anything. I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me. I'm so sorry. Got all these secrets. So yeah, my Amazon has got like that. They don't knock. And I sat right there. Then I got an email saying your package is delivered, and I go outside, it's just left on the doorstep. Yeah, it's so annoying, because you don't know. Especially like during the holidays, that was the most worrisome, because people were literally having stuff stolen off their porch. That's all they wait for, is somebody to leave, and then no one's gonna really notice, or if they do, they're not gonna catch the person in time to do anything about it. Darn, I thought I actually got something. Can I pick anything up? Can we lift anything? No. There has to be something I'm just not picking up here, because the game won't let me move on. We already showed him that, so that's why we're here. Can we show him this? Inspector Gregson, could you give me an opinion about this, do you think? We don't tend to share, sunshine. Not with the general public. Ugh. In that case, Gregsy, how about some herbal tea? So same with my PC. My contract was signed on delivery, and they just left it in advance. No, 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 ma'am. I don't get it. Like they don't seem to follow any rules anymore. They just do what they want because they're on a time crunch for whatever reason to get packages delivered. posted I ordered shoes from Nike. Got the email they had been delivered, and it showed up a photo of said delivery. The pic was my shoes on someone else's doorstep. Were you able to get your shoes from them? Ah, oh, lovely. Ta very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't mind sharing that then. Nope, he's not gonna give me anything. Guys, I'm stuck. I don't know what else to do. Oh, my nose is itchy. I don't know what else to do. Nobody didn't even recognize the house, but I got the refund. Well, at least you got the refund, but that's still really bad. Yeah, for real. That person got a nice pair of brand new fresh Nikes. That I'm sure if it didn't fit, they probably just ended up selling them anyway. So they either got them for free or they got some shoes, or got some shoes to pocket money for. This is all stuff we read already. Grr, come on game, tell me. What are we missing? I think I've gone just about everywhere now. Mr. Slumps is not here. He's still anesthetized. Boom, 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 boom. In my room. Spend the night together. From now until forever. Oh, you know where I haven't been yet is back to my own office. Maybe that's where I need to go. Cause like the last spot I haven't actually looked. Not that that's gonna give me anything. Oh, this looks like a telegram. It is, but you mustn't open it. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. Now then, let's see. No, what did I just say? You mustn't open it. Don't worry, I won't. With this special concoction I've developed, I'll be able to see through the envelope without even having to open it. No, that's not allowed either. Oh, but I'm sure it's something important. Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. Gosh dang it. I've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. Haley's desk is far worse, you know? I'm sure if I try hard enough, I can make my desk as messy as Mr. Slumps. I wonder. You don't think I can? Well, it takes a certain genius to reach that level of disorder, you know? The path to the true mess is long and arduous, it seems. This is irrelevant? What is that? Creature in the back. What is this? Teapot. Where is Miss Susato? Is she just not chilling with us anymore? What's with this shovel? Bow, bow, bow. That spade has been here since we started renting the place. Bruno, that's not a spade, it's a shovel. You're a shoveler, are you? I had a feeling you'd pick up on that. Oh no, a pick is something else entirely. Now I've dug myself into an even deeper hole. What? That was utter nonsense. It's spring at last, and the weather's warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, how about some tea, Reno? Thanks, Iris, but I'm alright for now. But the green tea Sasato-san makes from time to time, and Iris' unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. If you're sure, you know I've always had plenty of whenever you're feeling thirsty. This is not helpful. None of this is. This is all just rambling. Oops, darn it. Do you know I've never seen inside Misato's room? I haven't seen so much as put my head around the door. Oh? Susie often invites me up. It's so much fun. Really? What's your room like? I can't tell you that. Oh? A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Where have I heard that before? I suppose some things are the same the world over. Coco tore that $60 chair up. Oh no! See, that's what I was afraid of. So fortunately, we have like an office room, so that's where I keep my streaming stuff up, and I keep the door closed, and I still have this like this cover over my chair too, because I'm always terrified that our kitty is gonna tear up my chair. I'm like, don't you be touching my chair. Might have to give you a pop-out. If you touch my chair, naughty kitty. Rex, do you have a chair? Because I know you have a kitty too. It was cheap when we played on it. Yep, definitely gotta discourage that now when you get your new chair. Or else we'll have no chair left. Oh. My allergies are already acting up, and I feel like things haven't even bloomed yet. There's nothing else in here. Spices, sugar and spice and everything. Nice. That's a charming little white shelf and full of charming little bottles too. But the contents of them are quite so charming, it seems. I'm so close now. I'm nearly to the rainbow smoking aid, you know? So you're still working on those colorful but funny explosives, are you? I'll tell you what. When I've perfected it, I'll fire the first shot at you, Runo. What an honor. This is the one part of the game I don't seem to enjoy. They're not giving me like a hint as to what am I missing in order to move on. They're all mementos of Mr. Slum's past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if beef steak from the La Carnival would be on display here. I said, no, I just have my couch. No PC, so no need for a desk. Nor space for one. But then you say you work from home a lot. So you don't have even like a workspace for work? Haley says that the Waggy is a memento too. What? How? I tried really hard to get the little fellow to stay on those shelves at first. But we had to give him up at the end. Waggy just wouldn't keep still. Yes, funny that. I said yes, Chromebook on the fold-out table. And I used to like do like schoolwork and stuff from like the kitchen table or like in my bed, which is really bad. Eventually I just invested in it and get a little cheap desk because I needed something to separate from like relaxation and actual like you need to focus kind of time. But whatever works for you. I just lose my focus a lot if I decide to do it like on my couch or at like my kitchen table or something, you know. None of this is gonna help us. No, this is really Mr. Soames' faithful performing partner then. The Stravida, the Stapisca, the Scrap of Furious? No, it's no good, it's gone. The atrocious violin that he found at the pawnbrokers managed to buy it for next to nothing. So also have one of those lap desk. Ah, okay. I hope Haley gets well soon. I miss hearing the violin playing already. Oh, Iris. I'm sure he will. Did we just totally ditch Susato? Like, where is she at? She hasn't said anything. Y'all, can they just take us to the courtroom already? I think we've already found all of our clues. Take me to church. The policeman's not gonna look at any of our samples. I don't know what to do. Oops. I feel like I already looked at that. Yep, I did. We looked at this, we looked at that. Okay, 3:15, need to go attempt to sleep. Okay, Vex. Well, thank you again for coming on by. Thank you for the biddies. I do hope you are able to get some sleep. And you know, we will definitely see you around. Have a good one, Vex. Let's see. Wait. I am completely stuck. I'm trying to see if I can look up a hint. I'm not trying to like spoil it, but I'm trying to get a hint. Just a moment, I'm looking for a little hint. Actually, what part am I on? I don't even remember what part I'm on. Hold on. We are on... Save. We're on part 4? Shoot. So case 5, part 4. Okay, we got the fingerprints. Cool, cool, cool. We got the blood sample. So I'm supposed to show him the ticket? I thought I did that already though. let me go back to this room. We need to present the pawnbroker's ticket. Inspector, what do you make of this? What do we have here then? Redemption ticket for the nautical spotted here. Is it? Looks like we're someone ran out of the office stationery remote. A ticket on whatever paper was on hand. Yes, this is a ticket from a girl in its old coat. One that little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh. Actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do ya? No, I didn't mean to, Bruno's right, Greg, see? It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted your ladyship. So, what's it all about then? If I may be as bold to ask. This is a second ticket. A second one? Seems that Mr. McGilden in fact had another article in storage here at Mr. Winterbeek's. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Miranda. Oh good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Here we go, finally, something. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilden's overcoat. You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. Shouldn't insist that the lad's taken it back to the yard and examine it properly. Well, according to the details on the ticket, Mr. McGilden's deposited another article here with Mr. Winterbeek. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Grexy? Any at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilden. It could be some important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could. Please, stop looking at me with those big old turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my marbles if I go back to walking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce for me, sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in front of the shop where the forfeit items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time. Oh? There are dozens of little boxes out there, hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilden's. That information's not written in the ledger. Ugh. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Of course, your ladyship. Of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. He's such a kiss up. And she's a little kid, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! I've nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winterbeek set such a wicked trap? I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina the visit soon. Oh? Her trial's tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you'll be defending her. I thought we made that very clear we were going to. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Yeah, remember, Bruno. You told her that she could rip up her visitation benefits if she didn't want to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we had better hurry to the prison and talk to Gina again. Ah, darn it, I thought we were gonna look at the shelves. Fine, to the prison. Gina, you better be ready. We ain't got time for you, girl. We got things to do and places to be. 16th of April, 5:41 p.m. Local prison. Cell 13. Ah, Gina, good. You're back. Ugh. The police must have finished questioning her. Oh, how was it, Jenny? Was it awful? What a bad question. Didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate the window banks. Oh, right. Don't we want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't charge what everyone say that I did it. That's not... Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. Eh? What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you? Or not? Hey, you got nothing to lose. I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like to, Mr. Naruhondo to represent you. Right. I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what it feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Girl, come on. Get to it. Alright then, blimey! Give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. What have you done? Fortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhondo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windy Breaks that night. What? I know, I'm sorry, my English accent is bad. And she has like a really like broken English accent. So like a lot of hers like, I guess like English Ebonics is going on here. You like it? Ah, thank you, Jade. It looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it in Gina's face, or I can present it to her calmly, I suppose. Oh shoot, what are we presenting? Court record? I can't present nothing to her. That's not an option. We already have representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in the court tomorrow. If she already signed the papers, why don't we just turn them in? Nah, don't bother. Jenny, rip them up, choke them, won't ya? Representation papers or whatever they're called. This still ain't fancy enough for them to have a bin. So, what will you do in court tomorrow? I'll be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. But girl, do you realize, like, your law is execution if you're convicted of murder? Like, do you not care or no? Like, She don't realize that she can be put to death for something that she didn't do, and she acting like she don't care. Oops, that's not what I wanted to click on. I don't think there's anything in here I can present to her. It's not even giving me an option. But did she not do it? I don't think she did. I mean, everything's just perfectly lined out to look like she did it, but I don't think she actually did. Someone's setting her up, especially since Mr. Shlomes got shot in the process. There's somebody else involved, or if she is involved somehow, there's another person that's involved too that we haven't like gotten a chance to reunite with yet, which I'm sure will pop up in the court. So is that it? Oh, that's all we're gonna do? That's all we get? All she wrote? We don't get to do anything else with you? But we're supposed to present something to you, so... Oh, now I can do it. Why wasn't that an option before? We found this in Mr. Winterbrig's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Oh, right. Well, that's good then. See ya! Welcome on in! Happy Saturday! Kill Brett! Hope you've been having a good day and a good week thus far. Welcome on in. We are just trying to get the final clues before we go into trial, so we shall see what's gonna happen. Curiously, the storeroom at Winterberg showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or alike, with one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open that box containing the manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the hound of the Bakersfield was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Ugh! Why don't you just tell us what happened, please? Fess up, girl. Alright, yeah. Just begging you the story. It's the latest Shlomes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured, gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? What is that? Is that a Mega Man? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So you've intended to sell Iris's manuscript, didn't you? No. Jenny, how could you? What? Wait, no! Hang on! Of course I was gonna sell it. I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript, or whatever you call it, really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris' sake. Oh, for Iris' sake, isn't that right? We knew why you've done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But... I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Jenny. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Dead-faced liars, a lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at the window breaks. You'd soon see it if you look. You want that girl's hair? You want Iris's hair? If I'm honest, I've wondered if Haley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. It went because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. He wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest, if he actually deposited the manuscript at the Lindenbriggs. And you love my outfit too? Ah, thank you, Seal. This is my lawyer fit. Since we had a lawyer today, we got a little business outfit on. It's like I told you the night before. I've never had a father. But Iris's, well, ain't like mine. She got a dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon she got a beata. That's why she writes her stories. They're all about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. Well, that's how I see it, yeah? You're so thoughtful and kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought that any differently, didn't we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I all this chummy nonsense, do you hear? I hate it. I don't trust none of them, alright? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one, you don't know, no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scrapper. Well, that escalated quickly. I hadn't noticed until now, but unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of that overcoat are some very suspicious red stains. Whoa, why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some other findings in that area to Gina now. She's in jail. What is she talking about? Leave her alone. Well, so our character is not convinced, even though she was like caught red-handed, literally, at the crime scene. But she was unconscious with a gun in her hand and a dead body next to her. So the police is like, case closed, she's the murderer, but we're not convinced that she committed the murder. And everything's just very suspicioso. We need to present the blood to her. Can I present some evidence to you? Present? Those stains on the sleeve of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? But blood? Mr. Naruhando! Is it all the more reason to not leave her alone? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be the blood of that splattered from Mr. Winterberg when he was shot last night? Well, let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get the results much faster than anyone else. Take it easy, Iris. Pew. Don't move, Ginny. It's going to shoot. Pew. Ooh, what color is it gonna be? It's purple! Oh. Oh my! What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric. This is black? That's brown. It's masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn to a purple color, which matches one of the samples we already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see who has the purple blood. Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What? What are you all on about? The victim? What you mean? uncomfortable situation, Mr. Rolando, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. This game is throwing my brain in so many directions. I'm sorry, Jada. So, with this little gun contraption that Iris made, it changes. We found all these different blood samples, and we're like, okay, the chemical that is in her little gun, when she shoots it onto the blood samples, it gives it a specific color, and that color is assigned to like one person's type of blood. And so far, we've found 3 different colors. Basically, it's kind of like wrapping up one of the other cases. So Mr. Willy Wonka, or Mr. McGilded, the guy that he got killed after his case was proven innocent, but we weren't sure if he actually committed the murder or not. So it's kind of like wrapping up the loose ends of that murder, where it's looking like he actually did kill the guy that was on the omnibus and got away with it, sort of, because then he was dead the next day. She probably bought that coat for no, so she didn't buy the coat seal. This coat was turned in. So Mr. McGill had that coat on in the omnibus the night of the murder. He took it off and told the driver to take it to a pawn shop and have it stowed there. And then he told Gina that she's the one that needs to go get it in 2 months, or else he's gonna make her life like living hell, pretty much, because he's rich and he can do that. So that's what she went and did. She went and got the coat. Which I don't know if she knows that he's dead, so she's still following orders, but bam bam bam, it's a twist. You just want to know who did it. Well, hopefully we'll get to know here soon, because everything's kind of just coming together at once. It's taking all the stories and put them all in one big pancake or burger, or what do you want to call it? Pawn shop, thrift shop, store, same diff. I guess so. The truth about who really murdered this brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! What's someone explain to me what's going on? Stop telling off the story. Is that it? We just gonna stop talking? Just like that? We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilt's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said that this in his testimony. Now the Askies, what good-hearted sword washed through the hip and fell bleeding from his stomach. I was about to start worrying about the gloves now, was I? I reached to give the man the hand. But if you look at this overcoat, now it's clear. These stains could have arisen from Mr. McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet. No. If that was what really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed over the front of his coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over Mr. McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I've tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in the case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGilded. Mr. Nerahando? That horrible case is solved at last. Boy, can we focus on this case? Like, that case has been over. He's dead. It don't matter. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. But he's dead. It doesn't matter. He got his justice. He was gonna die whether he was free or not. I used all that twisted testimony, all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I let that happen? Boy, if you don't get over that, move on. Come on. We got stuff to do. Bruno, did you believe him though? Did you believe Mr. McGilda was innocent? I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Oh Lord, come on! Rest in pieces, for sure. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Reinosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe in our clients, what our clients tell us, can we fight with everything we have for the cause. It must be drafty in there. I don't, like, there's no wind. Literally, whenever he popped up on screen, his headband just majestically blows in the air with no wind present. They're indoors. There's no windows open. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. What's so funny, Gina? Sounds like the empire of Japan you come from. Everyone must be soft. Well, jeez. Thanks, Gina. Yeah, come on. Look at the mess you've gotten into believing in that board rocker. Yes, I inadvertently helped the murderer walk free. Well, at least you got what you learned. Your lesson now, eh? These fans out there hardcore. Seriously, they are. Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back at the end. As soon as you let your guard down, you had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up, chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I bet that's what he wants now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in the trial 2 months ago that led everyone up to the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you believe me after all that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruhondo, the lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in its clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Oh, Lord. I feel like it's just gonna keep dragging on. He trusts her. Whether he wants to or not, he trusts her. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Eh? Oh, you have baked? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe you're telling me the truth. Seriously? Mr. No Ordo? Didn't you hear what I said before? I'm a born lawyer. Fibs just tip of me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget that. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago. And got you in all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? Just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there's more to this life than you yet realize. What you mean? The world we live in. It's full of people you would do very well to do trust. It's full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. It's true. I'm just a student of law and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. What do you expect me to say to that? Oh, she's crying. Boo-hoo. She's touched. Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. I'd be ashamed to throw them all away after all it's been pinned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern all. Or, don't know what you are. I don't get you. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She never admitted, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. Is that the end of this part? Oh, okay. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once! Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Mrs. Sato? Somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you shoppy. Oh, it's the inspector. I suppose you're using one of those mystic Japanese arts like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone's being stealthy, it's you, Inspector. Grexy! Oh dear me, I must terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to talk to you. How long have you been listening to our conversation? Good grief! That's it here. No. I just got word that there's some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That is all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then I humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta! Toodaloo! Cheerio! All the best. Bye-bye, bye-bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the moment. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get to this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will. Well, emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing. Forget it. I said nothing. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Grexy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted. Charmed. Can't wait. If you please. My pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. Grexy's so funny. He says such silly things. It certainly is entertaining to see an inspector of the police fine to a 10-year-old. That sounds so wrong! Police! Somebody come get this man! But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend to the clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. Bye. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. And so, our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then, it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain, making her way back to Japan. Oh yeah, I forgot, she's supposed to be leaving. But she still won't tell us what's the secret. 16th of April, 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultation. Naruhodo-san, it's been a very tiring day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sloane was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. Awkward silence. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts range in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make my preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? Girl, you ain't gonna stay for this trial? It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here for a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we've only seen a small number of the total facets, and what is eliminated is only part of the whole story. You burned your pizza! Oh no! I'm sorry, Seal. Well, I guess you can scrape off the little burnt parts a little bit. It'll just be a little crunchy. It'd be good. Throw some hot sauce or something on it. Throw some ranch on it or something. What kind of pizza is it? What lies in the shadows? What do these facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we shall live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. I said, then I tried to see how bad the bottom burned. It's all the toppings slipped off of it. Oh no, Seal! Oh no, not the toppings. No, not the floor. I'm sorry, Seal. Was it like a frozen pizza? Do you have another one? Hey!
Damn, you hit the spot. Taste like candy, sweet like fruit, wet like water. Can I love on you?
Old school. Thank you so much for the hydrate. My throat is in need of hydration. Thank you so much and welcome in. Happy Saturday. Hope you've been having a good week so far and a good day. Guess it's time for Taco Bell. Oh yeah. Still, have you ever even gotten your Taco Bell? Maybe we should just get Taco Bell instead. Yeah, but either if you have another frozen pizza, I guess you can make another one of those, or get you some Taco Bell. I bought like 4 of them tonight. I'll just put them up. Good, yay! You have a backup. I guess the puppers can have the pizza on the floor then. Let's see, but all the facades, whatever you want to call it, will be eliminated, and I finally understand how everything fits together. Naruhodo-san. Rise's birthday gift for real. There you go. Nice hot piping pizza on the floor. I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward. Even if the way sometimes seems dark. Old school, welcome in. I'm doing all right. Actually, I'm a little hungry. I did order some food to eat, which I'm gonna have to eat here shortly. I think I'm about to finish this chapter up and then we'll probably raid and I'll go eat because I'm hungry, starving. But how are you? How are you doing? So they already ate what was on the floor. Then swarmed it like flies. Little vacuums. It's amazing to think it's just been 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry? I've what? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. Good lord. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station. You know, this is in an era where there is no alarm clock, so how do you get up in time for stuff like that? Does your body just like, no? Well, I guess maybe there's an alarm clock, like old school alarm clock on the clocks, I guess they can set. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have to be potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. Oops. But please, for me to try. Alright, what's her final task? You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my! I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents. It's my notes from the cases 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus? The McGilda case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Wonderbook's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with the omnibus case. In ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. Everything else that she's had to think about. Susato-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. Girl, stop with the secrets! You about to leave. What else are you keeping secrets about? She's so annoying. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. She is still the worst, seriously. Like, to the bitter end, she is just gonna keep secrets. and then had the audacity to tell us that we are the ones acting suspicious. I must finish packing my things now in my room. Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. It is laggy, or is it me? Is it lagging? I'm not showing that I'm dropping any frames. I'm sorry, Seal. Good night. Wait! There's something I need to say. Hiya! No, she didn't! Bruh! What? What was that? A secret technique of mine, the Susato shutdown. Shutdown? Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. So you flip me over and attack me to keep you from crying? Girl, bye. Susato-san. Shake my head. It truly has been a tiring day. Trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about the nemesis of this case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. April. The small hours. St. Sanders Hospital, Ward 3. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Oh, Mr. Slumps? Rest assured that I shall put everything in place exactly as we discussed. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Solmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. Dramatic bow. I bid you a farewell and Godspeed. So he's just magically okay now? Oh. My dear madam. What? What was she doing there? No! Why was she there? This little Sassiana, what were you up to? She looking mad suspicious. Even to the bitter end. They were getting freaky. Well, he just recovered from a gunshot wound, so I don't know how much freaky he could have got. Alright guys, well, that's where we're going to have to stop for now. Well, let me bring you into the grotto. Welcome on in. Grab your snacky snacks and relax. Choose your fighter. Hands still work? Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Alright y'all, but your girl is hungry. So we need to go skedaddle and get some food. But in the meantime, we're going to do a little raid. I see that Miss Bree is playing Corpse Party, and I love that game. And see, I think you really like that game too. What's for dinner? Burrito! I'm having a burrito. I'm like glitching. Oop! Did y'all see the physics going on there? Look at that. I got physics. Yes, a burrito. You're having a burrito. Seal, you never said what kind of pizza you're having. And Jada, did you have dinner with your mom yet? Or have you guys had any dinner? I just noticed the physics myself. But we're gonna use these. Four meat pizza. All the meats. So let's go here. I'm gonna put this in the chat. It just uses the regular emotes from Twitch. That way it's universal. Cause we universal up in here. Up in here. Had some sushi tonight. Ooh, sushi, yum. So if you want to use this, copy and paste that. That would be perfect. We're gonna raid Bree because she's playing the Corpse Party. And I loved that game. I need to see if I can play the rest of them too. But thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out, chilling. It's always a pleasure to see everybody. I do hope you guys have a good rest of your week. You know, I'll be back next week. Same thing. Probably different game, same thing, same place, you know. But other than that, guys, yeah. Stay healthy, drink the water, eat your food, hydrate, do whatever you need to do to be healthy. But have a good night. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.